All right, Johanna, what did you have for number 2?
He brings 5 coffee to customer.
Aha. He's bringing the coffee to his customers. Good, that is one way. Now there's another way. What other way did you write it?
He's bring to his customer the coffee.
Aha. Very good. We do not need the word to, but excellent sequence. We reverse the objects. Very good. So he's bringing his customers coffee. So when we reverse the objects, we do not need the word to. Good. What about number 3? Johanna, what did you have?
She buying ice cream his son.
In this case, when we use the verb buy, comprar, we use the preposition for. So she is buying ice cream for her son. And the other way?
Me? Cheese, show your picture to friend.
Oh, done here. What about number 3 in the
Okay,
reverse
number
order?
3. She is, what is the pronunciation? Buy.
Buying.
Buying. For her son's ice cream.
Good. Now remember, in this case, we don't need the preposition. She is buying her son ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. Scarlett, do you want to try one? Can you hear me today?
Yeah.
Awesome. What do you have for number 4?
Yes. 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 Is she showing her friends a picture?
Good. And the other way?
She's showing a picture for her friends.
In this case, we're going to say to her friends.
Oh, okay. To her friends.
Good job, you guys. Any questions about this grammar lesson that we had last week? ¿Preguntas, dudas?
Oh, sí.
No, ¿está bien?
Maestra, en la número 2 que dice he's bringing the coffee to his customer, pero en la segunda forma dice he's bringing his coffee.
Yeah, that's true. It can be both ways. Good eye. So I could say he's bringing coffee to his customers, or he's bringing his customers coffee. You can say the coffee or just coffee. Both are correct. Good question. Good question. Anything else before we move on?
Okay.
Johanna, any questions?
No, nada más.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to use this grammar today because we are going to do some writing. Today is a writing lesson. So we have been in Module 8 talking about housing, where we live. Sometimes we move, sometimes we have a problem in our apartment and we have a complaint Queja, remember that word? So today we're going to write an email with a complaint to our landlord, which is good practice. Hopefully you don't need it in the future. But this will practice our writing skills for a real life problem. So we're going to describe a problem in writing. We're going to request action. We need some help. And then we're going to use polite language, palabras bonitas, right? So that we can get some help from the landlord. So let's take a look. A letter of complaint. So there are different ways to report a maintenance problem to the landlord. Sometimes we call on the phone. Sometimes we fill out a form on the internet, like our last lesson. And today we're going to write a letter of complaint. So let's look at these items. What do we include in a letter of complaint? So here are our choices. I'm moving in on February 3rd. There's a lot of mold on the living room wall.
Yes.
Yeah, you think that one?
Yeah.
That's a problem. The Wi-Fi in the apartment is very fast. Please send someone to fix the window. There is no public transportation in the neighborhood. I spoke to you about the faucet 2 weeks ago. So there are two other correct answers. What is something else that we might include in a letter of complaint? ¿Qué más? Hay dos más.
I spoke to you about the faucet 2 weeks ago.
What about there is no public transportation in the neighborhood? Is that something that you would complain to the landlord about?
No.
No. It's unfortunate, but it's not something the landlord can fix. So there's one more. Scarlett, do you see the third item?
I just thought of this, but if water is like frozen, like
Maybe D.
on the molecules,
Please send some time to fill
so
the
like if
window.
the water's
Yeah, exactly. So these three things are things we could include in a letter of complaint to a landlord. Good job. So let's do some analyzing. Let's take a look at this letter of complaint written in an email. And we'll note all the different pieces. So we'll read the letter of complaint and then we'll answer these questions. So I'd like to read it out loud first, and then Johanna, I want you to read it out loud after me, okay?
Okay.
Dear Mr. Rich, I'm writing to remind you about the maintenance problem in my apartment at 750 Cherry Road. There is mold on the wall in my son's bedroom. I spoke to you about the problem on February 5th, but I am still waiting for your answer. Please send someone from maintenance to take care of the problem as soon as possible. Sincerely, Olga Ivanov, apartment 4C. All right, now you read, Johanna.
Okay. Dear Mir Rich, I am writing to remind you about the complex problem in my apartment at 750 Cherry Road. There is mold in the wall in my son's bedroom. I spoke to you about the problem in February 15th. but I am still waiting for you asking. Please send some time from my time to take care of the problem as soon as possible. Sincerely, Olga Ivon, apartment 4C.
Good. Awesome. Make sure you know the difference between the word on
Uh,
and in.
mm,
So this is on and this is in. Good. Good job. All right. So what did Olga explain in this letter? Which of these three things? What the maintenance problem is, what caused it, when she first reported it, how the landlord can solve it, what she wants the landlord to do. So what three choices are correct?
A, what the main problem is. B, what causa is.
Okay. Entonces dime lo que causó.
No. No.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know what caused it.
No. C, when she first reported February 5,
Mhm, mhm.
60. E, what she want the labor to do is please send some time for my time to come.
Exactly. Good job. And I like how she has 3 paragraphs. She tells about the problem, when she spoke to him or her the first time, and what she wants done. Good. All right, so here's the same letter. We're going to analyze it a little bit more, and we will answer these questions. So number 1, what is the problem, Johanna?
The problem is mold on the wall in my son's bedroom.
Right. That's right. It's right there. Perfect. Why do you think this is a problem, Johanna?
I don't know.
Do you know what mold is? Said there's mold. Let's take a look
Yeah,
at
it's
some
mold.
images.
Humedad.
I think so. Yeah, like this is mold on the walls. Is that what it's called? Humedad?
Humedad.
Humedad. Yeah, and it can be dangerous to breathe in. Es peligroso respirar. So let's say that on our form here. So why is mold a problem?
Maybe it's for humedad in English.
This doesn't have to do with the question, but I don't understand. What am I supposed to do?
Oh, now that is what may cause it. Sí, la causa puede ser humedad. Pero ¿por qué es problema? Molde.
¿Por qué es problema? ¿Por qué es problema? Porque pienso que es un problema. No es good for mi health.
Right? It's not good for my health. That's right. That's true. And it's ugly, right? Es feo. Pero más importante, es peligroso a la
Peligroso.
salud. Sí. Okay, number 3. Which 2 sentences show that this isn't the first time Olga has reported this problem to her landlord? So there are 2 sentences that show that this is not the first time. It's the second or third time she has asked for help. So let's look for those sentences. How do you know?
I report this problem in February 5th. Fix.
5th.
Fix.
I spoke to you about the problem on February. I'm just copying it from the story, February 5th. Okay. And there's one more.
In this time, no asking. No, ya va. I am still waiting for you asking.
Right. And I'm still waiting
Also.
for your answer.
Answer.
That's right. But I am still waiting for your answer. Is it like todavía estoy esperando? Okay. There's one more here. It says, I am writing to remind you. Like, te estoy escribiendo para recordarte.
Okay.
So to remind you, it means that this is not the first time. No es la primera vez. So I am writing to remind you. Now, so on February 5th, she talked to the landlord. And what day is it? What day did she write this letter?
February 14.
Yeah, look at that. So it's been over a week, almost 10 days, and no help. If Olga is concerned about her health and the health of her son, she might be a little angry, right? But with her language, she is still very polite. Aunque ella probablemente es enojada, está enojada, sí está, todavía está hablando muy bonita, right? She's being very polite, educada, right? So that is important. It's importante. Let's see, number 4. What does Olga want the landlord to do?
Send someone for my things to take care.
As soon as possible. What is another way to write as soon as possible?
Right now.
Ah, yes, significa right now. And remember, there is the long form, as soon as possible. Remember, there's a short form too. Do you remember? Lo que es la forma corta?
Asa.
Yeah, ASAP. Good memory. ASAP. Down now. Good job. Awesome. Scarlett, is your audio working, babe?
Yes, can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you. Will you read this letter out loud, please?
¿Cómo?
Can you read the letter out loud? Lea la carta fuerte, por favor.
Oh, yeah. Dear Miss Rich, I'm waiting to remind you about the maintenance problem in my apartment at 715 Cherry Road. There is mold on the wall in my son's bedroom. I spoke to you about the problem on February 5, but I'm still waiting for your answer. Please send someone from maintenance to take care of the problem as soon as possible.
Good. Excellent. Repeat after me.
Sincerely, Olga Yvonne, apartment
Or C. Good job. Repeat after me. Maintenance.
Maintenance. Maintenance.
Maintenance.
Mainless.
Maintenance. Maintenance. Maintenance.
Maintenance.
Maintenance. Yeah. Good.
Maintenance.
Very good. It's a tongue twister. Good job. You sound great. Alrighty. So
Thank you.
good job. We were talking about how this is a problem that many people will get angry about. But we still have to be polite when we're asking for help. So let's identify which are polite, educado, and which are rude, ruda. Okay, so let's see. There are 6 of them. So Johanna, I'll have you do 1, 2, and 3, and then Scarlett 4, 5, and 6. So number 1, rude or polite, Johanna, please send someone to fix the heat.
Please send someone to feed the hair.
Is that polite or rude? Educada o ruda?
I say please, maybe educado.
Yeah, I think it's polite. Sure. Number 2, I tell you to call me, but you never call.
I tell to call me, but you never call. Roof.
How many times do I have to write to you about the problem?
How many times do I have to write to you about the problem? Roof.
Now, there's a difference between rude and true. Now, todos son verdades, right? Verdaderas. But yeah, that would be a rude way to say it. Okay, Scarlett, your turn. Number 4, I spoke to you about the problem on January 4th.
¿Qué significa la palabra spoke?
Es como te hablé o te dije.
Oh, pero en el pasado.
Mhm.
Oh, es speak, pero en el pasado. Ok.
Yep.
Creo que spoke to you about the problem. Es rude.
Ooh. All right, number 5, I'm not paying rent for an apartment with a broken air conditioner.
I'm not paying rent for an apartment with air conditioner. Is polite.
Okay. And number 6, I'm writing to remind you about the problem in my apartment.
Rude.
Rude. Okay. All right, let's see. Scarlett, the opposite. So I spoke to you about the
Really?
problem on January
Okay.
4th. That's polite. Es educada. Es verdad. It's directamente. But it's not rude. I'm not paying rent for an apartment with a broken air conditioner. No te voy a pagar si algo está roto. That's rude. And then I'm writing to remind you about the problem in my apartment. That is also polite. But it's a difficult subject. When there's a problem, speaking about it can be difficult, but we got to fix some things, right? Any questions on this page?
Okay.
All right. So,
No.
all right. So today, you, Johanna and Scarlett, are going to write an email, a letter of complaint. So here is a planning page that you also have in your student lessons on Burlington English. So I'll show you that in a minute. But first you want to pick a problem. Van a elegir un problema. Or elige uno de tu vida real. So what is the problem? There are cockroaches in the apartment. There is a leak under the window. The air conditioning in the living, or the air conditioner in the living room isn't working. The bathroom faucet is leaking, or your own idea, tu propia idea. So that's the first step, primero paso. El segundo, imagine this isn't the first time you're reporting the problem. So no es la primera vez. When did you first report it? And we can complete these problems. So we might use these sentences. I spoke to you about the problem on December 17th. Or I filled out a complaint form about the problem on December 14th. So these are some sentence starters that you can use in your email. And then the third step, what do you want the landlord to do about it? You need to choose a solution. So send maintenance to take care of the problem. That's one solution. Or send someone to fix the problem. Or maybe you have another idea. So this page can also be used to help you in your writing. I'm going to click over here just in case. Okay. So what I'm going to show you now is the student lesson page, because you have a space to write on Burlington English, and then I can check it from there. So when you are in Burlington English, you go to student lessons. This is number 8, our writing lesson, module 8, lesson 8. And so here you have your own page to do your own planning, para planear. And then on number 7, you have your own email. So you can write your own information. Okay. So you will type it in Burlington English. This button in the corner will pull up an example for you so that you can see the different sentences. So can you see that in my, let me make it a little smaller. So here, this button, if you click it, it will show you an example email. Okay, yours will be a little bit different, but you can follow this as a model. Okay. Now let's look at it because that's a different model. But notice these are email addresses. So you're going to write an email address at the top. You will have a greeting. Querida Mr. Lopez, dear Mr. Lopez, comma. And look, there are 3 paragraphs, capital letters at the beginning of every sentence, punctuation at the end of the sentences, and then the salutation, sincerely, sinceramente, comma, name, and apartment number. So this is your homework for today, to write a letter of complaint in an email. What questions do you have?
No question.
No? Good. Scarlett, any questions about writing an email letter of complaint?
No, I don't have question.
Okay. Well, this is your homework. I will check it before Thursday. So you have until Thursday to write it. But you will go to your student lessons, module
Okay.
8, lesson 8. And then if you'd like to, I want you to do the practices too.
Okay.
This has has some more vocabulary and then a different example. So here's a new example that you can look at and you can get ideas from. And then you can plan your writing. And then you write it here in the space. And when you are finished, make sure you save. You can see this at the bottom. There's a button that says Save to Portfolio. So when you save it to your portfolio, I can read it. Okay.
Okay.
That is all. I look forward to reading your writing this week. Okay. And let me know if you have any questions.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Thank
It's
you.
beautiful. It's going to be a beautiful day. I'll see you on
Yes.
Thursday.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.